by the way. Stop there. Hi, I'm Karl Taylor, commercial photographer and photography instructor. And I'm here to run through some of the key features and operations of the Hasselblad H5D camera. So for this shoot, we're shooting in tethered mode with the camera attached to the computer and the software for this camera. But obviously with a camera like this, you can also shoot untethered. And when you shoot untethered, the camera records the images to a CF compact flash memory card. That memory card is accessed through this panel here where you can load and unload it, and you just simply slide the door panel open, pops open there, and then you have an eject button to take the memory card out or insert the memory card back in again, and then simply shut the door. Now you can leave the memory card in the camera even if you are shooting tethered. Now, if you are shooting tethered, you would be shooting with the supplied firewire cable, which goes into the port on the side of the camera here. There's a little trap slide door there that allows you to insert the firewire cable into that slot to push it in. Obviously, make sure you've got the connection of your firewire cable the right way round. And that firewire cable obviously connects to the firewire cable on your computer. Now, if, like me, you have a computer or a laptop that does not have a firewire cable, such as this laptop, which I shoot to with my Hasselblad, this one uses a Thunderbolt connector, and in that instance, I use a Thunderbolt to firewire connector or adapter. So, let's get started using this camera in tethered operation. We've got a basic product shoot set up here at the moment, and I'm just going to attach my flash sync to the top of the camera to allow me to shoot the picture, and those pictures will now go into Lightroom or into the Hasselblad Phocus software. So if you prefer Lightroom and you're more familiar with it, you can shoot tethered with the H5D into Lightroom. But here I am using Hasselblad Phocus, which is the software specifically for this camera, which gives you really good control over the raw 3F file format and also allows you to do things like remote client viewing, which we'll show you a little bit later. So let's start off looking at the operation of the camera on screen here. With the camera tethered into focus, I can now control my main camera functions such as the shutter speed here and the aperture settings along here, and also the ISO in that drop-down menu here. And of course, I can trigger the camera by pressing the trigger button in the top right-hand corner. We also have control over the focus, so I can fine-tune the focus with the minus or plus buttons here, and you can adjust the coarseness or the fine movements of the focus by using the Command or Alt keys on your keyboard in conjunction with the keys on the screen there. Now, in the Hasselblad software, you have all of the usual information such as histogram, curves, color correction, noise filters, and all the things that you would expect from a professional system. And the Phocus software allows you to attain the very best from your Hasselblad 3F RAW file formats before you export the files for your client or for further editing in Photoshop. In the browse mode, you have a useful navigator tool here, which allows you to choose an area of the image to check focus, and you can see there it's giving me a focus check on screen. And with the navigator tool here, I've got it as a floating panel, and you can set many or pretty much all of your panels to be floating panels if you prefer, which is fantastic if you're working in a dual screen setup. You can have floating panels on one screen with a full screen image on the other and really operate the Phocus software system in a very versatile way. Other useful features of the software are the ability to zoom in on screen and pan around, previewing your image at 100%. You can even compare images side by side with the compare tool, allowing you to rate them for easier organisation later. The Phocus mobile feature even allows your clients and art directors to browse all of the captured images independently on their mobile or tablet devices, while you can continue working. Clients can even preview and star rate their favourite images, freeing up your time to continue with the shoot without them intruding into your workspace on the main interface. Another great feature of the Phocus software allows for customization of your H5 camera. In the customization section, I can access the camera and configure it to the way I want to shoot and work. For example, if I prefer my scroll wheel to operate in the opposite direction to the default setting, I can change it here. I can easily adjust many of the parameters in the drop-down menus, including bracketing order and bracketing exposure levels, or even program in the interval time and the amount of exposures for time-lapse photography. These adjustments can also be entered directly on the camera. You can also create your own preset profiles for different cameras or shooting scenarios, allowing you to quickly retrieve different configurations.